Mike McGonagle is an incumbent city councilor looking to be voted in for his 6th term on the Haverhill City Council. And we're very pleased to have him here today to answer some more questions for the public voters. Welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Frank. Thanks for having me. Thanks for doing what you do.
Well, that's great. You know, the thing is, I know that you happen to be, this is your 6th term that you're running for. You are in the thick of it in downtown Haverhill right now. You've been there through thick and thin,
Yes.
so to speak. You've seen a lot of changes take place as time has gone on. You've been in 6 terms. You've seen the economy at when it was not so good, and now you've seen it with the economy being much, much better than it was when you first started. Where do you see things going, or where would you like to see things going based upon your experience and observation?
Well, when I first moved downtown, moved my business there, created my business actually, the downtown was kind of barren in a lot of areas. So we were fortunate to get in then. My sister opened her salon down there, and we've seen the evolution or the renaissance or whatever you want to call it of Harbor Place and the good things that has brought to the downtown and the activity and the people. And now with the Lapoli project taking shape, it looks beautiful. It offers a lot of promise, and I think we're still in the beginning phases. I think there's plenty more to do downtown, and I think once that building comes together and gets occupied, I believe there's a restaurant or two coming into Harbor Place. So all these good things down there will create some activity. But as you know, they also can create other types of problem with parking and where do we put all these folks. And so these are things that we still have to work on. We still have to hope that the downtown evolves and keeps continuing to be a vital part of the downtown to really take advantage of the river that's right there and so pretty and wonderful to walk in the river trail. So,
you know, almost having too many people downtown is, some people might say, is almost a good problem to have. But not to be off-putting to those people that can't find parking. It's going to have to be you have to be proactive enough to be able to provide a solution for them before it becomes a problem and they don't come down anymore. No. Absolutely,
and that's the other side of the coin. We're fortunate to have Bill Pillsbury and his team in the mayor's leadership in support of the council in trying to make sure that we start to look at these issues now, so that when we have all these buildings come online, we have solutions, or at least a plan for solutions that we can set out and try to get that rolling. And if it is a problem, hope that it's a short-term problem.
Of all the committees that the city council happens to have, you've landed in maybe the hot seat of the committee that maybe gets a lot of focus, perhaps even the most focus, and that's you're the chairman of public safety. And that takes into account police, fire, you know, emergency services, things of that type. People have said, on the one hand, they've said that the city of Haverhill needs to increase the staffing for the fire department, police department, and some other essential emergency services. On the other hand, we don't have as many people now in the police department as we did perhaps in years past, but there's been a rise of technology with cameras, predictive analysis, computer models that allows the police to intercept crimes as they're being committed or prior to being committed, so they can be preventing those things from happening. As a result, the crime statistics happen to be very, very favorable. I mean, any crime is bad, but if there are fewer of them as a result of the implementation of this, that goes to the management of the public safety people that are in charge on the one hand. But I'd like your take on that. I mean, whenever you have some crime is not good. You know, I mean, less crime is better than more crime, but give me a take on this.
So we are very fortunate to have both Chief DeNaro and Chief LaLiberty leading our departments. And you're right, the automation and the science behind police work and even some fire training and some of the things they can do. They lead. They make my job as the subcommittee chairman very easy because they take the lead. Anytime we have an issue, we send it into either a subcommittee meeting with my folks, and we always have the experts in there, which is fire and police. And we'll never be satisfied, Frank. Like every other city and town around us, we'd like less crime, and we are motivated to try to make sure that our staffing levels, I've fought for that seems a lot of what I do is try to get the numbers up so that our firefighters and our police officers can have, we have the right amount of staffing on the streets for safety for the public and also for our employees, the police officers and firefighters. So, and quality of life is very important to these two departments. So we try to make sure they have the right equipment, the right technology, and the support of, I think, the whole city council and the mayor's office as well.
The mayor has taken steps recently on instituting and increasing the number of policemen at the Haverhill Police Department by including a number of new recruits. Is that enough?
I don't think it will be enough, Frank, to be honest with you, but that's through no fault of the mayor's or the chief of police. Through the civil service method, these firefighters have to score on a test. Then a list has to be put out by civil service. We have to wait till that gets put together, and then it comes to the police departments, and then they have to do their due diligence with all the interviewing, the mental health stuff they have to do to make sure that we're getting a candidate that we want to represent our city and deal with our citizens. So there's a lot to it. It's through no fault of the mayor's office or through the chief of police, is why we have so many openings. It's part of the process, and we're trying to look at that to see, is there a better way? Might it be time to look at taking civil service out of the equation? So there are a lot of things we're doing.
Is that part of the equation that many people think is too cumbersome?
It's just, it's a system that I'm sure worked for a long time, but now it seems to be a gate, a roadblock, and I believe, and I don't know exactly the dates, but the test will be given. That'll take 2 or 3 months before that is graded and the names.
That long?
It's a long time, Frank, and frustrating to the chief, to the city, to all cities and towns that use this method to try to get these offices.
So effectively, from the date a person applies for a job, you could pass by a third of a year before that person actually became part of the process, part of the, be on duty.
And I think that's conservative. I think after they
6 months?
take the test, no, I think it's 9 months or more by the time that they're able to take the test, be interviewed, do all their screenings, go to the academy, get trained, maybe ride with, be buddied up with somebody, and then be able to be on the streets and helping the citizens of the city.
With about a minute left, I wanted to ask you a question relative to open space, which you're very, very passionate about. And can you give us your take on open space in the city of Haverhill? We've got 36 square miles, and how this may enter into discussions of a new master plan for the city of Haverhill.
Well, as you know, the Master Plan Subcommittee has been put together by the mayor's office, so that is one of the most important things, in my opinion, to Haverhill. This river, saving this river, utilizing this river, cleaning it up is paramount. And I think I would always love to see if we sell sometimes the city property, types of city property, then we take some of that money and maybe set that aside to maybe buying something or open space at future times. So it's what makes our city very special. The river, open space, the 36 square miles. I mean, that's what really is part of the beautiful part of downtown Haverhill, all of Haverhill. And Haverhill, to me, feels like a small town. It doesn't feel like a great big city.
You sound like you're talking about thoughtful evolution of what's going on.
Well, I don't think I was smart enough to come up with that, Frank, but I will take that. That is exactly.
But, I also want to make reference to the fact that in many cases, candidates, when they run for office, they say they'd like to give back to the community. And you don't have to become an elected official in order to give back to the community, because you can be part of various community organizations that benefit the community. And not only are you a city councilor, but you also happen to be the president of Rebuilding Together and a number of other types of organizations as well. So that's, in just closing in 15 seconds, you're a pretty busy guy.
I'm very proud of that, and you're a great supporter of Rebuilding Together. And I started the Veterans Alliance of Greater Haverhill to help support veterans and veterans organizations. I'm passionate about that. I think after I'm done being a city councilor at some point, if the people will have me, that's great. But I still intend to be working with these groups that do a lot for some of the folks that are very deserving.
That's
within
great.
our bounds.
And I know that we appreciate it. Thank you
you
very
so
much. Mike McGonagle, running for Haverhill City Council. Wish you the best of luck in the upcoming election.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We hope that this program has been a point of reference for you. And until next time, my name is Frank Novak, and thanks very much for watching. And remember to vote on Election Day, Tuesday, November 5th.